They Came from the Ocean. Written by Boris Bacic. Narrated by Christopher Gatterdam. Disclaimer. Thalassophobia, the persistent and intense fear of deep bodies of water such as the sea, oceans, pools, or lakes. South Pacific Ocean, 8,142 feet. All right, done here, Raymond said, as he finished tightening the final screw on the hydraulic pump. He stood up and leaned forward to get a look down through his helmet's visor. He waited a moment until the disturbed particles of sand floating through the water settled and gave him a clear view. That was pretty quick, Raymond. Laura's voice came through the speaker in Raymond's helmet. Are you sure you didn't miss any of the pumps? I thought you were watching me on camera, he asked jokingly, even though he already knew the answer. Yes, I was, but there was one moment when I looked away, she justified, not catching the irony in Raymond's voice. Laura, that hurts me. If our roles were reversed, I wouldn't take my eyes off you, Raymond flirted. Laura nervously chuckled and then cleared her throat. Okay, I guess you know what you're doing. Anything else I need to fix? He asked. Let me see. No, that seems to be everything. You can go back to the bubble. That means we'll have to stop talking, and that makes me want to stay out here. You sure there's nothing else for me to do? Raymond joked. Laura laughed. You have to go back. You'll run out of oxygen. But at least I'll die hearing your sweet voice, Raymond persisted. He knew how cringy his lines sounded, but he was using sarcasm to mask the fact that he was hitting on Laura in order to see how she would respond. So far, she didn't seem turned off by it. She wasn't overly responsive either, but then again, she was shy. Raymond didn't want to ask her out on a date immediately because it would make her uncomfortable, and then work would be totally awkward, especially since they needed to be on comms for longer periods of time. Tell you what, we can continue chatting once you're back in the bubble. Just, please go back inside, Laura said. Getting somewhere, he thought to himself with a grin. The bubble was a small station where underwater maintenance crew members, like Raymond, would stay for the duration of their shift while there was nothing to do. It was the size of a small room, spacious enough for the maintenance personnel to stretch on the floor and take a nap, even though that was not advised. They had a computer along with access to the internet and a subscription for Netflix, so they were rarely bored while they had no work. Most of the time...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?